Yes.
Must be pretty cool at the moment, right?
Yeah. Maybe friends.
Okay. Hello, Toastmaster Angela Lansbury.
Hello.
Hello. So, welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club Surabaya, Indonesia.
Thank
So,
you.
it seems that we have met before, but I forgot when and where.
So
I am in Singapore.
Ah, yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
Singapore.
yes. I was there visiting. Yes, yes, yes.
Them.
I belong to
What I want
3
to say.
clubs.
Yes, yes, yes. So welcome to the club. And also here we have Jonathan Franciscus.
Yes, hello.
Hello. So welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club. So where are you from, Jonathan?
I come from Surabaya.
Oh, Surabaya. Okay.
Yes, I joined this
They
meet
have to be
because,
specific.
Okay.
Okay.
because Mrs. Ratna Pongka Padang invite me to join this.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
see.
see.
Kupang.
Wait, I have kids here, so I turn mute first.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Arista we have here.
Pak Yusuf.
Pak
Hello.
Yusuf. Hello, DTM Yusuf.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
Michelle Kim.
Yes, it's nice to meet you guys here.
Nice to meet you. You must be from Korea.
Yes, I'm from Korea.
Ah, okay.
This is my first time come to for the Indonesia team.
Oh, I see. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome
Thank
to our
you.
club, Empire Toastmasters.
Okay, welcome.
Actually, we are expecting also JJ Jung. Do you know him?
Okay. Hello, Toastmaster Titin.
Hi, Titin.
Yes, good evening, DTM Arlan.
Good evening.
Good evening, DTM Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are here all. So Rian, Utomo. So hello, Arini. Arini, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, I see from your name list from Kupang, yeah?
Yes, I come from Kupang.
Wow, Kupang.
And welcome, Pepe.
Thank you.
Eka Iskandar.
Okay, Eka Iskandar we have.
We met in Bali.
Wow. Yep.
Eka is a very active Rotarian.
Wow.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
Happy
to you
New
too.
Year to you too, Eka.
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah. To meet
So how
you.
was your holiday?
Bali is every day is a holiday, so
Yes, I forget about it.
just enjoy my day.
Yeah, for Toastmaster, so excuse me, I will put your name at front as a VTM. It means that visiting Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah. Eka. Okay. So okay, all takers. Linda here. Hello, Mira Asabain. So am I pronounce your name correctly?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello. So where are you from, Mira?
Excuse me, sir. I can't hear you clearly.
So so where are you from? Yeah.
Okay, I come from Kupang.
Wow, Kupang, we have more friends from Kupang. So welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club and enjoy the story tonight. And also, let me start it here.
I just want to ask Dave. Dave, the club that you mentioned in China, and you belong to that club. What's the name of the club? And what day
called
do
Spark
they have?
Time. Yeah, it's called Spark Time Bilingual Toastmasters Club. We meet on Sunday mornings from
Sunday
10
morning.
to 12.
All right. So,
And if you want to attend, it's best to contact me because they do everything by WeChat. And so you won't be able to find much information on the meeting on the web, but I can give you the meeting information.
okay, thank you very
And
much.
you're welcome to attend. Our next meeting is in Mandarin. We alternate every week between languages, and then that meeting after that will be English.
Oh, okay. The next meeting Mandarin, then the following meeting English, and Mandarin, English, Mandarin. Okay.
Eddie just attended ours last Sunday.
And this encourages me to learn Mandarin. Seems interesting and a little bit challenging, I think.
I'm Chinese, but I don't speak a word of Chinese. So embarrassing.
Yeah, our last meeting it was like this. We had someone from Singapore, several Indonesians, a South Korean, and myself, plus all of our Chinese members.
Are there many
I'm
clubs
sorry,
in
what's
China?
your meeting name again? What's your club name again?
I'll post it. It's Spark Time Bilingual Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you
China
very
has,
much.
I think, about 600 clubs. I forget the numbers, something like that.
Wow, quite a lot.
Thank you for letting me know.
Beijing has about 70.
Hi, Lita from Magical Bali. Oh, no, a strong person. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Pak Arlan.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm fine. Actually, I just got home.
Okay.
Hello,
That's
Toastmaster
right.
Arlan. Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Navin.
Hi, how are you, Arlan? Toastmaster. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello, Parlan. Is it audible?
Yeah, Pak Taufik. Happy New Year to you, Pak Taufik. You're still muted, Pak Taufik.
For those asking about VTM, means that VTM's visiting Toastmaster. Yeah, so that's why I put some of your name there, exactly up front. So here we are now. So welcome.
We have one from Bhinneka, the newest club in Division G. Hello, welcome. Here comes Elios, our ambassador. Now we have two ambassadors.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone.
Elios and Eddie.
Trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here, there we have. Hello, Fatika. So welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club. Happy to see you here. And hello, Elda.
Hello, Mister.
Hello. Okay, welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Our grammarian is here. Our counter is not here yet. Our timer is here. Our ballot counter is here. The two speakers are not here. The education speaker is here.
Okay.
The two evaluators are not here yet.
Okay.
But anyway, we start at 7 o'clock, so still 20
I'm
minutes
here.
to go.
One of the evaluator.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah. And I will ask some questions while waiting for the meeting get started. So just to introduce you or to know more about you. So Toastmaster Navin Parwal. Toastmaster Navin Parwal?
Yes. Hello.
Yes. Hello,
Hi,
Toastmaster.
how are you?
Yes.
What's ready?
So could you please tell us about you? So where are you from? And welcome to Empire Toastmaster.
Navin is from Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah, I'm from Singapore, and I'm a member of actually two clubs. One club is in Singapore, that is Hindi Parivar Toastmasters Club, and the other club is in India, Jaipur Toastmasters Club. And I would like to acknowledge Toastmaster Arlan for welcoming me, and I look forward to learning a lot of things in today's session. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you very
coming.
much.
I just want to ask if anybody has been vaccinated. Nobody?
I guess no one.
Yeah, it takes time to
Yeah.
get vaccinated.
Hello, wait, I'm waiting. So I'll, okay.
DTM Rafindran, how are you?
Good evening, sirs. How are you?
Yeah.
Good evening, welcome.
Sorry, I'm a little late.
Welcome back. No,
Yeah.
we haven't started. We start at 7 o'clock.
All right. Okay.
I listened to the FDA meetings on both Moderna and Pfizer's vaccine, and I would be comfortable taking either vaccine. As soon as they're available, I'll take them.
I heard Moderna can be kept in a regular freezer. So you don't need a very special refrigerator or cooler.
Yeah, they had all-day meetings on both, and I think Moderna's presentations were actually better than Pfizer.
Is it more than 97%?
Something like that. Yeah, I think they're very good.
We have Sinopac here, but the efficacy is only 70 plus.
Yeah, I work for the pharmaceutical company MSD, Merck Sharp and Dome. Our vaccine is way behind everybody else's.
There are quite a number in line waiting for approval. Like Johnson & Johnson, they have Novavax, they have quite a number.
Okay, are all the speakers and role takers here? Counter, okay. Grammarian.
Grammarian is here.
Present.
Okay, thank you. So
Counter is here.
Yeah. And then time. General evaluation. Okay,
okay, Yenny Mock will be a little bit late.
Okay.
But she will be here before 7.
Okay. So about our timer, Rian Utomo.
Ryan is here.
Okay. 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 Hello, guest Dina Dwi. Happy to see you here. Welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club. Hello.
Hi, Jumai. Jumai is joining our meeting from USA.
Actually, it's Tim.
Hey, Tim. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just using her phone. Yeah, I'm just gonna listen if it's okay.
Oh, sure, it's okay. Tim is one of our stand-up comedians.
Wow.
Remember that we tried to reactivate our comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Toastmaster Virginia Mercury.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club.
Thank you very much.
You're from Brussels, Belgium.
Yes. Yes, it is exactly lunchtime here. So we're a bit behind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goedemiddag. Hoe gaat het met u?
How are you? Hoe gaat het met u?
So, and security here for the friend.
Yeah, our GE is here.
Okay, our GE is here.
Hi, Yenny.
Hi, Bro Alan.
Nice to see you.
Yes.
Yenny just won 2nd place in International Speech Contest in Bahasa Indonesia. Let's celebrate it. Yay.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
So, Yenny?
Yes.
all your team is here. So the grammarian is here, the accounter is here, the timer is here, the ballot counter is here. So they are all here.
And your American friend. I first attended Yendi's Mandarin Club. That's how I got to know Indonesian Toastmasters.
Oh, hi, I hear Dave's voice. Oh, hi, Dave. Wait a second, I forget to write down. May I know how to read Brave, your name?
Yeah, Ravi is fine. Ravi. Yeah, Ravi is fine.
Oh, our
Thank you.
speaker, first speaker is here, distinguished Toastmaster Subhan, our president of the club. DTM Subhan, how are you?
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Excuse me, am I audible?
Very much.
Can you hear my
audible.
voice?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear your voice very clear.
So let's stop it now.
So we are waiting for one more speaker.
One more speaker, then we start it.
Still have 8 minutes to go.
Okay.
So we'll start 7 o'clock on the dot.
Yep.
Or maybe. All right, okay.
So everyone here all. Okay.
Just mute here.
Oh, David Hughes is here. All right. Hello, sir. David Hughes.
David Hughes.
We met in North Chennai 2 days ago.
Okay, as a surgeon St. Adams for tonight, so let me share the housekeeping rules in order to make our meeting runs well. So there we go. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Welcome to Empire Toastmaster Club, Surabaya, Indonesia. And we are going to start the meeting. But first, I would like to announce our housekeeping rule. Before meeting suggestions, we encourage you to check the internet connection, cameras, microphone, charging devices, and adjust your devices proportionally compared to your body height so that your beautiful and handsome face and your upper body can be seen clearly. And second, please keep in mind that we are in a professional but supportive environment of Toastmaster International meeting. We want to present ourselves the best we can. Be punctual is appreciated. During meeting rules, please mute or turn off your microphone unless you are speaking. And let's minimize distraction and appreciate people who are speaking. In the events of the emergency, the host can mute the participants as to avoid some noises, some background noises. And number two, please turn on your camera. So when you can, we want to see your beautiful smiles. And you are welcome to show gestures such as thumbs up, nodding, clapping, and the rest. Try to look at your camera when delivering a speech. Remember to look for the timer and pay attention to the time. And during meeting suggestions, call out the name of the person you are referring to before start talking. And if you want to see everyone, switching view to gallery and speaker on the top right corner of your screen. Okay. Then please welcome our president to open the meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster Subhat. Applause, everyone.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. And tonight, on behalf of members of Toastmaster, I'd like to declare Toastmaster meeting tonight, club number 01491511 is open for public. Thank you. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate to all of you. Happy New Year. So hopefully this year will bring you more fortune and happiness. And your resolution hopefully will come true. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me call our MC, our Toastmaster of the meeting. He is the youngest member at Empire Club Toastmaster, still 17 years old. Please welcome DTM Arlan Setiawan.
Hi, everyone. I'm the one I mentioned just now. Yes, I'm 17, mentally. My fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Arlan, as I just mentioned just now, and I'm the host of this meeting today. Yes. First, I'd like to extend a very special welcome to our speaker tonight, Alicia Curtis, distinguished Toastmaster. Let's give a big round of applause to her. Then I'd like to welcome our international participants. Before the meeting, I just wrote down, there were probably 7 names, but now I gave up. I think more than 20 participants already. So it's useless for me to mention one by one because I will miss 1 or 2. But anyway, welcome to our international participants to our meeting. And also some participants from different cities in Indonesia, from Medan, from Jakarta, from Kupang, from Bali, and some others. Yeah. And this is our first meeting in the year 2021. Yeah. So what do you think of the year 2020? Not very good, right? That was the year of challenges. It was very tough, very difficult. Many people got laid off. Many companies went bankrupt. And so many miseries. Yeah. So 2020 was not very good year for all of us. Now, what about 2021? What do you think? Well, I'm optimistic that it will be much better than 2020. Yeah. I'm an optimist. If I have a friend, I would say that, and he will say, no, 2021 would be worse. Then he will be a pessimist. Yeah. In fact, a lot of people are on that side, the other side of the fence from me. Yeah. Pessimists. When I say that, well, there is a light at the end of the tunnel because there are a lot of vaccines available now. Yes. What he says is, yeah, but the tunnel is very long. It will take maybe 3 years until you reach the light. Yeah. I know, because it takes time. You know, in the States, they have 20 million vaccines, and they said that's going to administer that. Everybody will get injections by the end of the year. But up to now, there's only 1.2 million. They have a problem with the distributing it and then administrating it. So it takes time. Yeah. So let's be optimists. Don't be pessimists. So today we have a lot of good speakers, hopefully, yes, because we are going to have table topics and then 2 prepared speeches and 1 great education session. Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis. We plan to have this year to have 2 approaches in developing our speaking skills. One is by using storytelling approach, and the other one is by using humor approach. So these 2, according to Darren LaCroix, is the recipe of a successful speech or presentations. So if you have to present a 1-hour speech and there is no joke, there's nothing, it will be very dry. People will give up listening to you. Yes. And today we are lucky to have this special speaker imported from Australia, distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis. Let's give a big round of applause. Now, before we start, I'd like to introduce our general evaluator. She's a very keen Toastmaster. She's been with Toastmasters for 3 years. And she's actually a very fast learner. recently she just starts a podcast. So if you want to listen to her podcast, you can tune in the podcast under the name in Indonesian, Bicara Semuanya Semaunya Bersama Yen Talks. So if I translate it, talk everything and anything you want with Yen Talks. She's a member of 2 Toastmasters Club from Medan, Medan Miracle Pidato Club, and Medan Miracle Advance Club. Last night, she won the 2nd place of speech contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Yenny Walk. She will explain the duty of her team.
Thank you, Bro Arlan. It's very great introduction. Yes, it's me, Yenny Mok. If you miss the name, how to spell, it's already right down on the screen. Maybe you can read it. And I live in Medan. I am yogini. If you want to learn yoga, I can teach you how to twist this. Yes, today is only Tuesday, and I'm already 95% done with this week because we just seems that have a long holiday. So I really like to join Empire Toastmaster Club today because you will have educational session with storytelling. Everybody loves storytelling. So I will start with my first team as a GE tonight. Okay, may I have a question first? Maybe somebody or someone can help me to answer it. Why did Mr. Krabs buy so many clocks? Anybody know? Anybody know?
Mr. Crab buy so many clocks?
Yes. Why did Mr. Krabs buy so many clocks?
Clocks?
Yes, clocks.
Because he is very slow.
No. Because time is money. Let's introduce our timer for tonight is Toastmaster Ryan Utomo.
Hi everyone, so I'm the timer tonight. So what I'll do is that I'll time everyone during table talk, which is like you have to do the speech for 1 minute to be eligible, and the maximum time is 2 minutes. Basically, I'll change my virtual background depending on your time, like this. This is the green one, yellow, and red. The green one means you're eligible. Yellow is you should get ready to wrap up, and red is simply said, please stop before you get disqualified. You will have like a 30-second grace time to wrap up your speech. I will be timing the table topic 1 minute to 2 minutes, and the speech will be 5 minutes for green, 6 minutes for yellow, and 7 minutes for red. And Mr. Alan, the edu thing, should I time that as well, actually?
It's okay. I think she will time herself.
Okay. Okay, then that's it. That's what I'll do now. Thank you.
Thank you for Toastmaster Ryan Utomo. Next, the second person at my team. Okay, before I introduce her, I would like to give a little bit sentence. Maybe I can help you to make a little bit smile for tonight. Okay, let's restart. A blind man walked into a restaurant and a table and a chair and the counter. That's why we said, How do you count cows? It's with a calculator. Let's please welcome our Toastmaster Ningsi as our counter for tonight.
Thank you, Madam GE. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My role as the counter is to take note and count the unnecessary words and sounds, such as so, you know, like, well, and something of the sort, and the number of the times the word of the day, which is narrative, are used. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you. Back to you, Madam GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ningsi. Okay, next. This is the important one. Because what? Because without her, without the grammarian, it can make trouble. Let's we say, if we say, let's eat grandma, what? You're gonna eat grandma? But if we put any punctuation, like this one, let's eat grandma, the grandma will save. Okay, so let's please welcome our grammarian tonight, Toastmaster Linda.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm very pleased to be present here, and I will be your grammarian tonight. So basically, I'm gonna take notes of your improper grammars and beautiful phrases that you actually mentioned in your explanation. Also, I'm gonna explain also the usage and the meaning of our word of the day. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, our grammarian tonight, Toastmaster Linda. As like a punctuation save lives, our grammarian will save our words for today. Okay, next. The fourth person at my team, last but not least. She's the important one. Why? 2. The shepherds never learn to count. If maybe anybody have problem when want to sleep, so you just count 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, yeah? But why the shepherds never learn to count? Anybody know the answer? Nobody? Because if they did that, they will always be falling asleep and the sheep all will run away and lost. That's why they never count. They sheep. Let's please welcome the fourth person at our team tonight, the ballot counter, Janet Gloria. Toastmaster Janet Gloria, could you please?
Hello everyone. I'm the ballot counter for today, Janet Gloria. And by the end of the meeting, after we finish up with table topics, prepared speech, and even evaluations, I'll be using Zoom polling to count your favorite speakers, and the person in each topic, table topics, prepared speech, and evaluator, will be the winner if they have the most votes. So please vote, guys, so that the speakers can become more motivated and join more meetings. That's all from me. Thank you.
Well, luckily our ballot counter using polling, not using calculator to count our ballot. Okay, thank you. That is my team. I hand it back over to our Bro Arlan. I miss your hat today. You're not wearing your hat. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Jenny. Wow, that was the first time I heard the explanation of the role team. It's in a very unique way, using riddles and some questions. Very good, very good. Now we like to start with our first session, which is the prepared speech sessions. There will be 2 speakers, and then after that, an AGU sessions. non-table topics and evaluations. Now, our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Subhan. He is our club president. So let me give you a bit of background of our first speaker. He's actually the pioneer of Division G. So he's been with us for more than 12 years, I guess. So he was the first person who started Division G. Yes. So he's been with us for many years. And distinguished Toastmaster Subhan is holding 2 master's degree, and he is also holding 2 offices. First is the president of the club, and the second is the president of the Indonesian Tourist Guide Association, Surabaya chapter. And today, he will be speaking from the second speech, the L1P2A, and the title of his speech is The Old Village of Surabaya. So very much related to tourism. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ronawati Wongso. So before he starts, let me ask Toastmaster Ronawati to explain the objective of the project. So Toastmaster Ronawati, the screen is yours.
Thank you, DTM Arlan. Pak Subhan will deliver his speech on presentation mastery pathways. Is level 1, project 2, first speech, evaluation and feedback. His title is The Old Village of Surabaya. The duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. The Old Village of Surabaya, Subhan DTM, Subjan DTM, The Old Village of Surabaya.
Excuse me, before I start my speech, can I have to share my screen? Is it possible?
Yes.
Can I ask the help of the host?
I think the screen is already open for sharing.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. The timer, could you please time my speech?
You haven't shared the slides yet.
Okay, thank you. It is the evening of the day. I want to hear the children play. Smiling faces I can see, but not for me. I sit and watch as tears go by. The title of the song is As Tears Go By, sung by the Rolling Stone with the vocalist Mick Jagger. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, if you come to Surabaya, to be honest, for business or for pleasure, which places would you like to visit? Of course, Surabaya has more places to offer. For example, number 1, you want to visit and come to see our malls, shopping centers. We have so many. Number 1 is Tunjungan Plaza. Number 2 is Galaxy Mall. Number 3, Pakuan City, and so on and so on. because Surabaya is the second biggest city in Indonesia. And then if you want to go to see museums, we have so many museums in Surabaya. Museums of cigarettes, House of Sampurna, museums of submarine with the Russian submarine, or Museum of Health and Museum of Cancer, so many. And then if you want to visit Surabaya, and then you want to go to see some beautiful gardens, Surabaya has many gardens during the mayor of Madam Risma as our mayor. By the way, how many gardens do we have in Surabaya? Does anybody know? How many gardens do we have in Surabaya?
20.
Not 20. 20 is a very small amount. It's very small. To be honest, Surabaya has 613 gardens. Yeah, 613 gardens. That's why people call Madam Risma, our mayor, as Wagiman. Do you know Wagiman? Wagiman stands for Wanita Gila Taman. And then, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, tonight,
We lost the connection, yeah.
Ask him to unmute.
Oh, yes.
Kampung Lawas, Maspati, Surabaya.
Oh.
This is a very old village in Surabaya, and the location is only 100 meters from the Heroes Monument. And ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to share the screen with all of you. This is the place of Kampung Lawas, old village in Surabaya. Actually, the village was founded 250 years ago. And 5 years ago, the village was very lousy, dirty. And now you can see the place has become one of the tourism's spot in Surabaya. And what can we see? What can we do over there? There are so many things to see. Number one, this is myself as a tour guide. I welcome some guests from USA and also Turkey. And this is one of the place, the old village, as you can see. So beautiful and very, very green. And according to the PARW, or the leader of the community, most of the visitors are foreigners, almost 80% before the pandemic. And only 20% belong to the most domestic storage. And this is also what we can see. This is a very old house. The house was built in 1907. And these are the pictures of the Malaysian university student. So they came here to see the old houses. And there is one unique house that we cannot find in Indonesia. This is the same. This is a tourist from France. And this is the house that this is the house of Sekolah Ongkoloro. Sekolah Ongkoloro means the second grade of elementary school during the colonial period of the Dutch. So ordinary people at the time could go to school only until second grade of elementary school. And then we can see again. What language that we learn at the time? We use Javanese. Ono coroko, doto sowolo, podo joyonyo, monggo potongo. Because at the time we didn't speak our national language, Bahasa Indonesia. And this one, this is a young people from New Zealand. They learn to play one jump foot, yeah, or it's the name is hopscotch. Yeah, they play a very traditional playground. Very, very interesting. To be honest, one day, if the pandemic is over, I'd like to invite all the members to come and have a meeting over here, because this place is very, very nice. So let's preserve this place, because this place is the heritage of our culture and our history. So I don't want to sing like the lyrics of Mick Jagger with the title As Tears Go By, when he said like this: it is the evening of the day, my riches can buy everything. I want to hear the children sing. All I hear is the sound of rain falling on the ground. I sit and watch as tears go by. So, the old village of Surabaya, the old village of Maspati, Surabaya, let's preserve as our cultural heritage and our historic heritage. Back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster DTM Arlan Setiawan.
Wow, very interesting. To be honest, I've never been to those places myself. I've been living here for 15 years. I think I should come with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Ariel Michael. Toastmaster Ariel Michael is an ambassador of a university. Is currently doing his master's degree in business administration. He joined Toastmaster in 2019, and his hobby is reading. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Elios, our ambassador. Yeah. So he's doing his second or third projects, but it will be explained by evaluator. Okay, Toastmaster Elios, are you ready to explain the objective of this project?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Am I okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to witness the speaker from Eagle Toastmaster Club. The name is Michael Ariel. He is currently doing his level 2, project 3, with the pathways of effective coaching. The title of the speech is We Are Mentors. But before we move to the speech, I'm going to tell you about the purpose statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And then 2, the purpose of this project is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. This speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished all around the world, please welcome our speaker for today, Michael Ariel. We are mentors. We are mentors, Michael Ariel. The screen is yours.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Narratively, I imagine travel on private jet for vacation, having my personal assistant on board with me. At least, minimum is like I travel first class without having to think about costs. I have my private hot towel, my special meal, and my private seat. One of the ways to achieve it is by being a businessman. I'm very proud to say that both of my parents were doctors, and in doing business, they were extremely horrible. Horrible. That's the reason, maybe, that my family was not rich. And I had to throw away my dream. I was raised in a small town, in a small family where I couldn't get many things I want because my father didn't have the money. My father is a typical doctor that prioritizes other people over his own family. He loves people from the bottom of his heart. He often helped people for free. Sometimes that I said, Papa, why did you do that? And then he said, Michael, in this world, we only live temporary. You don't bring money when you die. It's true. Because few years later, he died. He left me and my mom forever. He didn't bring some millions left on his bank account, so my mom and I could use it to support our lives. The power of single mother amazed me on how strong she is. One day, my mom told me, Michael, my son, I really love you. I want you succeed in your life. I want to protect you until the end of my life. But I don't know how long I can take care of you, my little son. And growing up without a father figure made me miss many important life lessons that normal kids will get from their father. But God is so good. I met several mentors that fill those gaps. The gap sounds very silly and might be very obvious for normal people, but it's known for me. And I believe those mentors were sent by God. An example of this will be a lesson about a life compass that I got from my recent mentor, Toastmaster Ronawati Wongso. She mentioned that we have to live an honest life and let our heart be our guide. If we do good things in life, we'll be successful because God never sleeps. The teaching is actually the same as what my mother told me before when I was a kid. But hearing it from a successful professional coach, which I admire, is a whole different experience. Whenever I was down and I doubt myself, I got somebody who trusts me and said that, Michael, you can. And it's priceless, priceless. You can't say how meaningful it is for your life. A lesson about life compass might sound simple, that we need to do things based on our conscience and belief. But if not because of my mentor, I wouldn't have cared about this. Thank you, Verona. Life compass is just one of the precious lessons that I learned from my mentor, Verona. I learned many more lessons from her, even many other things that she didn't teach me on purpose, yet I see it in her. And me, I might be considered lucky because I still have my mom. We live happily and I have my mentors like Verona and some other mentors. But I also see that there are so many kids out there who have big dreams, experience unfortunate events in their life, and their dream vanished. They don't know how to reach their dreams. We might not be able to see that in our surroundings. Maybe everything's fine around us. But trust me, many people around us need our help as a mentor. A small effort from us might be a life-changing moment for all of them. And mentors don't have to be in Toastmasters, but it can be everywhere. That's one of the reasons I joined the mentorship program in Toastmasters, so I can help other kids that are not as fortunate as I am to wake up and help them reaching their goals. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, if you are here in Toastmasters, I believe that you have much more than enough to share. A small thing from you might be a huge thing for many people out there. So please consider yourself to become a mentor and start helping others. because I believe there are still too many people out there that needs your help. On behalf of many kids out there that need your help, I say thank you to you. Thank you for helping us. Back to distinguished Toastmaster Arlan.
Wow, that was a mind-blowing speech, Michael. I think we all need mentors. Very important. My mom is also my mentor. She's
Thank
the
you.
unsung hero.
Thank you, DTM Alan.
All right, thank you. And now we'd like to move on to the entry, which is our education session. And it will be presented by our special speaker from Australia, Alicia Curtis, Distinguished Toastmasters. Well, I met Alicia about 6 years ago in 2014 in Bali. The time we organized a demo meeting just one day before the Bali conference. And I was one of the speakers. And I think Alicia was one of the evaluator, I guess, or something. Yeah. But too bad, we didn't really work it out. So the club has never been built. But anyway, we try our best. Alicia has been with Toastmaster for quite some time, and she is the admin manager of District 17 from Australia. And she has 17-year experience in insurance. So she has very much background in insurance. You know what? Alicia has been traveling all over the world since COVID-19 started. So according to some report, she's been traveling for maybe more than 50 countries. That was a few months ago. Probably by now it's already 70, maybe. She will explain later on. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you so much. A long time ago in a sunburnt country far away, a young girl with crisp blonde hair was born. When she was young,
You are muted, Alicia. You're still muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Okay, now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can everyone hear me? Okay, not a problem. Can I make sure that everyone puts their audio, turns their audio?
Yes, please, the other one.
Okay, cool. All right. So I seem to be getting a lot of background noise at the moment. All right, I'll try again. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. A long time ago in a sunburnt country far away, a young girl with crisp blonde hair was born. When she was young, she wanted to do nothing but to be a horse trainer when she grew up, riding horses and having the wind hit across her face. Little did she know that when she was growing up, she would become an insurance broker and above all, an enthusiastic Toastmaster and ET. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me here and allowing you to be able to present for you. So I'm going to share my screen now. Hopefully that works.
Oh.
Okay, can you hear me now? Excellent, all right. So I'm going to do my educational presentation tonight on storytelling. And I want to thank the club very much for allowing me to come here to do a storytelling educational. So everyone wants to know, what is storytelling? What is a story? This is how to briefly describe it for you. A story is simply a narrative, count, tale, or series of related events and experiences which simply share unanswered questions and unresolved conflicts in which characters may encounter and then resolve a crisis or crises. These are presented as narratives through a sequence of written and spoken words, which will have a solid opening, body, and conclusion. It pretty much sounds like a TOASTMASTERS speech, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? So what is the purpose of a story? So the purpose of a story is to bring facts to life, give them purpose and clarity and meaning. It provides an overall message, assists overcoming resistance, and can develop rapport with the audience. Can I just say, as a person who's been in business for almost 20 years, this is one of the most essential skills in business. So why have storytelling in business? So these are the 4 points that I looked at over the last few weeks when I was given this particular topic to talk about. So with storytelling, it clearly communicates stories are the essential backbone in marketing. You only have to look at brands like McDonald's, KFC, for example, Nike. They all have a story to tell. We only have to look at Colonel Sanders, who was in his 60s before he became the prime person of KFC. He has an amazing story. You only have to look at the history of McDonald's, where it came from. If you've ever watched the wonderful story about McDonald's and how it actually evolved, it has one of the most amazing business stories that you'll ever see. And Nike is also another one. Heartfelt storytelling is actually profitable and human. Think of Steve Jobs as an example, when he stands up or when he stood up on the stage and used Prezi to really deliver his speeches, to really showcase the Apple product. It gives a competitive edge over your competitor. So it's a really good tool to have, and it's an asset. It emotionally connects and creates loyalty to your brand. Now, some of the reasons and the tips for storytelling in business, it's always about being engaging. It's always about having an engaging moment. You need to be authentic. Authenticity in business is all about trust and rapport. Have a clear and desired outcome. You need to be consistent with your message. So you need to actually be there to sell it, but again, building that trust and rapport with the consistency. You always need to, above all, include your audience and your customers at all times. Now I'm going to share my own personal experience in storytelling. So this is me. This is who I am by day. I'm actually on holidays at the moment. However, during the day, I am an insurance broker. By night, I become one of these, an enthusiastic Toastmaster, like Elios, an ET, but an enthusiastic Toastmaster. So I have many clients, as you can imagine. So I'm in insurance broking. Insurance broking is a very difficult business to sell. I can tell you it is one of the most difficult businesses that you can actually sell. Could I just ask everyone, please put themselves on mute, because I'm getting a lot of background sound. Thank you. Yes. Anyway, so as I said before, it's one of the most difficult businesses that you can be in, especially in the COVID-19 situation. So March last year, I was forced into being online for all my business. Now, I had always done face-to-face transaction, and going to an online environment, and the only skill that I had was to pick up my mobile phone and to talk to people on it. However, one of the ways and the challenges that I overcome with being able to connect with my particular clients is, of course, through storytelling. I want to share a story from a few years ago that happened. And what happened was I've got many clients, as you can imagine. As an insurance broker, I've had to learn a lot of products. So I've had to learn products like professional indemnity, management liability, broad form liability, business insurance. I have to know a kaleidoscope of colors of insurance products. Now, I had a particular client who was really difficult to deal with, and I had only just joined this particular organization. That's the one on the right with me with my DTM. And that is, of course, Honan Insurance Brokers. I have since moved on from there, and I am now with a different company. However, with that particular company, I just started about 2 months into the role, and I had a particular client who was very difficult to talk with. He hated insurance. He hated everything about it. He hated me, he hated the company, he hated the products. He just thought I was there to sell him products and nothing else. Now, when I used to sell products to him, I never sold it. I always told him a story and gave him examples. And this is also about relationships. If you know, in business, business is not just about storytelling, it's about relationship basis. One time, he had a massive claim, a 6-figure claim. And we were able to work with him over the space of a week. And we used his claim as an example. He came back, and because we were able to share stories with him and keep on top of everything, he was able to go out the next time and he was able to be an ambassador for us to share his story to everyone else. And he was one that we were able to connect with just based on storytelling. Another example is when I have to sell a product, I actually have to showcase and storytell for each of my clients. I have another real estate agent who needed to get professional indemnity but did not want to get the particular product. I said to them, look, if this is the case, let me tell you about such and such. So I showcased the story of a particular client who had not had this particular type of insurance. Then when they did take out the insurance product, they were able to get the claim paid as well. I was able to showcase and inject that particular story to my client, the real estate agent. As a result, they purchased the product and then they became a very good friend and a very good client. So it's also about relationship, but showcasing that story to your client. So these are some tips that I have just in general. Always keep your language simple. When we're doing storytelling, like when we're showcasing, especially in a business sense, in a business environment, you need to keep your language simple. Please don't go off and sound like you've been to the Oxford or Harvard University and have got a major or a PhD scholar in language, because the simpler it is, the easier your message will be to come across. One thing I do every single day is I keep a diary and I write down at least 3 important things that occurred or are significant for me on that day. For example, today I went out and I stood at the beach. I looked around at the kaleidoscope of color as I stood on the sand and watched the beautiful rain harmoniously come down and wipe across the whole ocean. And that was something that was beautiful. So I can use that for another story if I'm ever to do that as a Toastmaster speech. However, I can also use it as an example in a day-to-day reflection if I ever want to use it. I always say for people, read fiction and non-fiction to learn the power of different storytelling skills and techniques and deliveries. One of the best stories you're ever going to read, and for those who don't like Harry Potter, I'm sorry, but Harry Potter is one of the best books you can ever read. I absolutely love this book because it showcases what fiction and fantasy and having an imagination and creativity is all about. As an example, versus a non-fiction one, here is a number one, Philomena. That's a beautiful story about a lady whose child was taken away from her. And he was adopted out to an American family, only to discover a couple of years later that he had passed away from AIDS. She was only 2 years too late to find him. And I can actually relate to that because that is something that I'm actually going through in my own personal life at the moment, which will be a story that you'll see in the coming months. Watching different genres of movies to get some ideas. For example, I love watching Star Wars. Who likes to watch Star Wars here? I'm having a look at the screen at the moment. Who loves watching Star Wars? Yes, I think Star Wars is a perfect story. If you watch Star Wars, all you have to do is say it's not just a whole movie, it's about the life of the Skywalkers, and it's a showcase from start to finish. Though, of course, we get a little bit confused because we have to go all over the place. 4, 5, 6, then back to 1, 2, 3, then go to 7, 8, 9, and then you go in between all the other movies. So it's quite a confusing set of movies, but it is a wonderful showcase of storytelling. And above all, I think watching TED and TEDx talks are some of the best things that you can do in all of your experience. So watching TED talks, I particularly love watching the ones about power poses with Amy Cuddy and also the psychological information. So these are great stories. If you watch a TED talk, you'll always see the showcase of the stories. Even our speakers early on tonight, so we had Subchan and also Michael. Subchan talked about his life as a tour guide and gave us wonderful storytelling skills. Michael talked to us about growing up being poor, but growing wealth and rich in his experience in life with his mentor. So they are great storytelling skills. I just want to say, above all, your story is the most important asset in business. You own your story, so share it. No one else has the same story as you, so you should definitely own your story. No one's going to have that story to share. So I would say, share your story and be a part of it and share it with absolute wealth and wisdom. Now I'm going to go to Q&A because I have just noticed that the timing has come upon me quite quickly. Does anyone have any questions? So if you want to unmute yourself, that would be great. So I'll probably take about 2 or 3 because we're going to have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Abhijit. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have a question. And just because of my network bandwidth, I'm not able to open up my video. That I have got a few colorful stories of my life. So whenever I'm going to write some speeches, I'm suffering and I'm struggling at the beginning and the ending. These 2 parts are the most essential part. I have the body, but I get a constructive way. I mean, the starting, introduction, and the conclusion. I'm struggling. So can you have any suggestions on that?
Okay, so if you notice if you're going for the international speech contest, so we're going from one extreme to another, so we're going from business storytelling to I'm assuming the international speech contest. You'll notice with the international speech contest, they usually have 3 stories, 3 particular stories within the body. So they have an opening, they have something that mesmerizing, then they have their body with at least 3 stories, and then they have a closing which matches the opening. The only person in all the World Championship of Public Speaking is the guy from 2013, the one who did buy a tire. So the one who did the tire speech. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's the only one in the World Championship history. Vasilev. Yeah, that's it. Presian Vasilev. He's the only one that did 1 story to meet the whole requirement of the speech. If you listen to his speech, it was just 1 story. There was no different stories off of it. Listen to his speech if you're trying to get inspiration for 1 story. I would suggest maybe sitting down if you've got a mentor and working out what the opening and the closing are. Some people like to write the closing first and then put the opening so they mirror. They should always mirror with each other. Hope that helps you. So try and work out the sequence of what is the most important story. Past, present, future would be my general recommendation for that. Does anyone else have another question? Okay. Yes, if you could please unmute yourself, that would be great. And just introduce yourself. Oh, David.
Alicia, have you read, I'm David Hughes, I'm from District 73, which is also Australia. I'm a friend of Alicia's, very interested to listen to what you had to say. Have you read Joseph Campbell's Man with 1,000 Faces? Because if
No,
you
I
read
haven't.
that, oh, okay, that's a book about storytelling. And in it he explains that Luke Skywalker, Robin Hood, Ivanhoe, Daniel Defoe, who was Treasure Island, Long John Silver. They're all basically the same story. They're just different settings, different characters, different conflicts. I would encourage all the people in this room to read that book. It's by Joseph Campbell, The Man with 1,000 Faces. A fabulous, fabulous book about storytelling. Just thought I'd mention that.
Thanks, David.
I've enjoyed what you've had to say so far.
Fantastic. Thanks, David. David and I do know each other. We've known each other for a number of years, and I'm glad he has come here to support me. Does anyone have anyone else have any questions before
Yes, I have a question. I am Harlina from Jakarta, Bahasa, Toastmasters Club. And my question is, how hard can we sell with this storytelling? Can we do really a hard sell, or is it not advisable, or how does it work?
As I said, you need to be authentic and true to yourself. Don't make up content when you're selling something. If I go into a sale, for example, if I go into sell a product for insurance, if I have no knowledge on that, I'm going to be the first to put my hand up and say, I am not knowledgeable on this and not probably the best person, so I will give it to someone else within my particular company. However, if I have knowledge on something and I can give my experience and share my story of what's happened in the past, I will definitely share that. It needs to be heartfelt and it needs to be authentic and true, because if you come out and sell something, there have been times when some stories are just not true. You can tell and you can see through people. So if you share something that is actually from the heart, which is true, it gives credibility not only to the product itself or to what you're trying to sell, but also to you as a speaker. And that's what you want to do. You want to build trust, rapport, and credibility at the end of the day. There's nothing worse than being lied to, especially as a client and as a customer.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's okay?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I can take one more question because I'm watching Ryan's lovely lights.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentations. I would like to know, is there any time that you lack of story, that you are in the state that you don't have anything to say to people? Or do you have already you have already bullets that you bring everywhere that you can, okay, I plan to tell this, that.
Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm in business, yes, I'm always going to make sure I have something credible to provide to the client, to the customer. I don't like to call them customers. I prefer to call them business partners, clients, because I don't see them as just a customer, someone who's paying me money. I see them as a person who I'm working in partnership with. So that's why I call them a partner when I'm working with them, because they are someone who's entrusting me as a person. And yes, I try to always bring something to the table so that they feel that they can walk away and trust. And I have another example from earlier this year, or from early last year. So I'm still in 2020, not 2021. And the client or my partner had been in huge problems with trying to find insurance, and they couldn't get anywhere in Australia. So I had to spend about 2 months searching for a particular product. It was a professional indemnity product for an engineer, and I could only find one in the whole of Australia who would write this particular type of business. And I had to share stories to really get this across the line. The client had to pay a lot of money. They were paying so much money, but they had to pay quite a lot more money. And as you can imagine, they weren't happy about it. But when we were able to explain it and story share and story tell the reasons why the money was increasing for their premium, they said, yeah, that's fine. I called that partner 2 days before Christmas, and I had a wonderful conversation. 90% of the conversation was not based on business. It was actually based on what we're going to be doing for Christmas and New Year. That's the power of stories for you, if I can say.
Amazing, thank you.
That's all right, not a problem. And the timer has gone at the red light. I'm now going to hand over to Alan. If anyone has any questions, please put them in the chat box. But thank you very much for having me, and that is the end. I'll please hand over to Alan. Thank you, Alan. You're on mute, Alan.
You're
Okay,
muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I agree that story is the most powerful tool to get your message across, because stories are like glue, very sticky. So it can create emotional bond between you and your audience. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to our speaker. Now, before we start with the next session, we have a special token of appreciation for distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis. So our SAA.
I really love that. Oh my gosh, that's different. Got
Thank
like
you
fruits
very-
and stuff.
This is the certificate of appreciation from Empire Toastmaster Club Surabaya, Indonesia.
Oh, I love
Present to
it.
you, Alicia, for giving an insightful talk in virtual meeting on January 5th, 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Alicia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to move on to our last session. No, not last session, the second session, which is the table topic sessions. It will be led by our new member, Toastmaster Eddie Swipe. Now, let me give a bit of background of Eddie. Eddie just joined us a few days ago, exactly the 1st of January 2021. And in fact, Eddie has been a member of 3 clubs. Can you imagine 3 clubs? So, and he just joined only a few months ago. I think he started 1st of October 2020. So it's 3 months ago. Yeah. And he's a very keen Toastmasters. He's been visiting so many clubs. He's following Elliot's steps. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Eddie Suai.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmasters of the evening, DTM Ireland. So I'm Eddie, I'm the table topic master for tonight. So I will share some questions related to table topic master tonight. So the benefit, if you could answer this kind of section, is that you will be taught how to think fast. In between, I share the questions, then you need to give 1 or 2 minute responses for this one. And so I have a 1 to 10 questions. If you see on my screen, then I will pick up randomly for this one. The topic for table topic master is still related to the theme for today is storytelling. And let me pick up 1 candidate from visiting Toastmaster. You need to be ready, yeah? So, visiting Toastmaster, Dave from Beijing. Are you there, sir?
Hi, Eddie. Yes, I'm here.
Hello. So from Beijing. So I have a questions, number 1 to number 10. So would you like to pick up 1?
I'll take 1, yes.
Number 1, 2, 3?
Number 1.
Oh,
yes.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Okay, there we go. Visiting Toastmaster Dave. So tell a story about a friend of your family you remember from your childhood. Tell a story
Okay.
about friend of your family you remember from your childhood. Toastmaster Dave.
I'll tell a story about a friend from my childhood, but it's not a family friend. I'll change the question a little bit. When I was in 9th and 10th grade, my family moved to England. And the second year I was there, I went to the American school in London, and it had people from around the world. And I had a Swedish girlfriend, And her English was so good, she got the best grade in our English class. And she had a sister who was a year older than her. When they would speak, they'd switch back and forth between French, Swedish, and English, just back and forth, back and forth. And of course, I could only speak English. And I said to her, "What do you do that for?" And she goes, "It's just easier to say something in one language than another." And I thought this is a good story because I know in Indonesia, all the Indonesians I know speak multiple languages. And Yeni's podcast switches between Indonesian, English, and back. So I'd love to have that multilingual ability. And that's why I wanted to tell this story. Back to you, Eddie.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dave. So I still remember when I visited your club in Beijing, and I hear also you can speak Mandarin. So this is the reason and attract me to learn Mandarin in the future. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dave. And the next, let me move on to Bu Rona, Bu Toastmaster Rona.
Yes.
Okay. Is it clear, Bu Rona? Yeah. So, Bu Rona, we still have number 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. So which number you would like to pick up?
Number 2.
Wow, number 2. Okay. There we go. Bu Rona, tell a story about a special occasion when you had a really enjoyable meal. Bu Rona, tell a story about a special occasion where you had a really enjoyable meal. Floor is yours.
I remember when I was a student in the US. At the time, I was taking a bachelor degree. I had a Taiwanese good friend. And we were quite friendly because we took the same major, and in many occasions we took the same classes. So basically we become a good friend. So one day she invited us, actually at that time, she and her boyfriend and I and my boyfriend were invited for dinner. So the 4 of us had meal together. So it was really a very pleasant a very pleasant dinner. But one thing which I was a little bit shocked is because of a different culture we had. I was a little bit shocked because we ate like hot pot in Chinese food or in Japanese food. And what I was a little bit shocked is that everybody using their spoon and chopsticks and the ladle to take the food from the hot pot. So I and my boyfriend at that time, who were not familiar with that kind of culture, it was kind of, I was thinking it's impolite to not to eat, but we eat, but kind of, felt like, oh, it's not something that we felt very comfortable. But the dinner was pleasant, and I still remember her and her boyfriend at the time. And well, we learned about a different culture. So we have to be open-minded. Right now, probably that's not an option, especially with the COVID. So just be aware, but we could still get a very pleasant and good experience dinner with my friends. So back to TTM.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bu Ronawati. Give an applause. Okay, I agree with you that the cultures brings a more memory. It teaches us a lot. We meet more people from different backgrounds. Thank you very much. And now let's move on to the next. So let's say Pak Yusuf, because you sent me text. Pak Yusuf, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Pak Yusuf, we still have more questions here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So Pak Yusuf.
I like number 4.
Number 4, Pak Yusuf. Okay. Tell a story. Pak Yusuf, here we go. Tell a story about a school which you went to. Pak Yusuf, tell a story about a school which you went to. The floor is yours.
Can I see the timer?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm over here. Still the black background.
Okay, the black background.
Yes, thank you. I remembered very well when I went to my high school. The first time ever, I studied always in a Christian school. But for high school, I said I wanted something different. So I chose SMA Negeri, the government school. And what happened there? I was the only one who had a different religion. But I don't mind, because all my friends are very kind. All the teachers treated me well. One thing I can still remember, the religion teacher. It is a Muslim history and Muslim, anything about Muslim. I had to sit in the class listening to the teacher and then doing the test. And what happened? When the result was announced, I got one of the best students in the class. And the teacher said, look, this boy is not a Muslim, but he got the best mark in the school. And I was so happy. That high school, the Sekolah Negeri, taught me a lot. And because of that, I could continue my studies in a university very easy. Because I studied in a government school. At that time, people from non-government school would be very difficult to get in. You can ask Brother Arlan. He was in the same generation with me. So that high school, the Sekolah Negeri, was my favorite one. Until now, I still get together with all my friends. Thank you very much. Back to you, TTM Eddie.
Thank you very much, DTM Yusuf. So I agree with you that high school's memory brings a lot enjoyment. I found my first love when I was in a high school. Thank you very much. And now let's, hello. So now let's move on to the next. Okay. So we still have 4, 5, 7. So now let's move on to Robin Chan.
All right, bring it on.
Okay, so Toastmaster Robin Chan from Mauritius, am I right?
Okay, let's take number 10.
Hey, number 10. Okay, let's start it now. Okay, there we go. So tell a story about a time when a family member asks you for help. Okay.
Tell a story about the time.
Okay. Can we start now?
Wait, where's the timer? Okay,
So,
I found.
Okay, that's great. So let's start it now.
Toastmaster Robin?
Yes.
Your voice, your volume is too high.
It's too high.
Yes.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Can I have the question again? Because like.
So the question is that. So tell a story about a time when a family member asks you for help.
All right. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good evening. What is the last time a family member asked you for help? Well, for me, I can't see a time where someone asks for help from my family members. It's usually me who ask help from a family member. Why? Because I'm one of the youngest among my family. Like all my cousins are married. I mean, most of them. I'm not. I'm still single, so call me up later. Yeah. And if I want something like a help, then I will ask my cousins. I will ask my cousins because they are they are older than me, and they have more experience in life. For example, the other day I was asking my cousin about investment, about property investment. How do I invest into property? And I didn't know what to do about it. And I asked about, do I need to open a bank account? Do I need to know about law? What else do I need to know? So the first thing I need to know is to make a contract. How to make a contract, that is the most important thing, because I don't want to have like a problem with my tenant. So that's the number one thing. And the other thing is I learned is about to have a separate bank account so that I can follow easily. I have an echo from your side. I don't know why. Anyways, okay, let me continue. Well, to ask for help is something that is very useful. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. And for me, because I don't have experience into all these things, and I was willing to learn, and I was willing to take a risk so that I can just ask other people. I asked my cousin about it. And second thing I wanted to learn is to know more about business. So I asked another cousin who was into business. He has his own business, he has his own name, and yeah, the word of the day is narrative. So I had to change my narrative if I wanted to grow. So fellow Toastmasters, I do not know about you. What is the thing that you want to learn from someone today? So perhaps you have a family member who is always there for you to help you out. All you need to do is to ask, because when you don't ask, you might not know who will help you out. So remember this, ask, and then you will be helped. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Vice Toastmaster Robbie-chan. Okay, thank you. It's very good experience when you deal with the Sambank account. So let's move on to the guests. I will pick up one guest here before move on to our Toastmaster members. So let's move on to guest Indra. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I have a question.
Hello.
5, 7, and we still have a more here. So which that you want to choose?
Okay, 8 is always a good number. Let me pick that, please.
Okay, that's great. So 8 for you, right? So there
Yes,
we
please.
go. So I'd like to ask you to tell a story about a film or movie that made you laugh.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Hello, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I would like to tell you about my favorite film. Basically, I love to watch cartoon, and then one of that is anime actually is One Piece. You know, One Piece is the most favorite manga or Japanese comics in the world, right? And then they have some movie or film on the internet. I often watch it from online streaming.
What are you looking for when you're watching a movie? You seek for pleasure.
Sorry?
You seek for pleasure. And it's just during...
That's something background noise. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. So I watch it online from my phone most of the times. And then, you know, One Piece is tells us about a story of pirates. And then the pirates would like to be the greatest pirate in the world. And then it's always funny, you know, because even though they have complex story about it, it has some gimmick and jokes from it. And I always love from it. And then, retell it to the other people. Okay, back it to Toastmaster Eddie, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I guess Indra, so I agree with you that movie that tells a lot about the experience. I'm asking the timer. Do you still have a time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now let's move on to Janet. Toastmaster Janet, are you there?
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
So, okay, Janet, there we go. So, Janet, so we have number 9, okay, 7, okay, we still have also number 5 and number 6.
7.
Number 7. There we go. So I would like to ask you to tell a story about a time when you received good news. Okay? Floor is
Okay.
yours.
Oh wait, I need to pin the timer first.
Okay.
Okay. One of the best news that I've ever received actually happened quite recently. It was somewhere in the beginning of last year, 2020. Even though it's like a really bad a really bad year for a lot of people because of the coronavirus, and a lot of people received like pay cuts, and even some people got kicked out from their companies or from their jobs. However, one of the best things that happened to me was last year when I received this certain news. So that time I was just a normal high school kid, and my dad told me about this Facebook ad that he got. It's really random, right? Like, nobody receives good news from Facebook advertisements. Like, we young people don't even use Facebook anymore. However, this ad could have potentially changed my life. So this ad was talking about how I could apply to a Japanese high school. And if you know me, I really, really love Japan. Just like our guest earlier, Indra. I really like watching anime, I really like reading manga, I even just love the culture, and I even speak Japanese. So I did go to the presentation about that high school. And yeah, and during the presentation, the person who was Japanese was explaining everything about the Japanese high school. The dorms, the teachers, the classrooms, the environment, the city, and everything else. That high school is not located in a really big city. And well, it's okay for me because I also like seeing the nature that is provided in Japan. And well, I applied and I did get accepted into the high school, and it is really great news for me. Finally, my Japanese has some kind of use. However, well, I did not go to the high school due to, well, Corona. That's one thing. That totally ruined everything. However, I received better news after that. Well, I'm actually still in 11th grade. And, well, I was just wandering around in Tangerang, and apparently there's a university that accepts students that haven't finished high school to become their students, and I did get in there as an acceleration student. So there's always something better in your life, you just don't really know it yet. So don't get too discouraged with things that happen in 2020. Maybe you could have things that happened to me. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you for sharing your story about Japanese. And now, without further ado, let's move on to the next. We have a Mary Annie.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's great, right? So there we go here. So we still have a questions number 6.
Okay, I'll take that.
You pick number 6, right? So there we go. And then I would like to ask you to tell a story about an exciting competition on sporting event you have witnessed. Bergen, tell a story about an exciting competitions or sporting event you have witnessed. The floor is yours.
I just wanted to pin the timer. All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever experienced at one point in your life where you have to witness and at the same time interpret for a deaf person who's competing for a triathlon competition? I became a sign language interpreter a few years back, and I met this friend. He's very competitive. And one time he said, can you please video me while I'm doing the sports and at the same time interpret for me? And at that time, I was only starting out in that field. And it was an amazing experience because can you imagine from afar, about probably 2 meters from afar, I can communicate using my hands and my facial gestures, and we can communicate with each other. Like, what time is your game, or how are you feeling? Are you nervous? And no words are coming out, and nobody could even hear us, but a lot of people are watching us because we are waving our hands up in the air. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because even if there is no sound, you can still witness a very interesting competition with you involved and at the same time helping a person, a deaf person. My challenge for you is the deaf may not be voiceless. They may be voiceless, but they're not, or they may be speechless, but they're not voiceless. Are you willing to be their little voice? Just so you're able to communicate and help them reach their message to the world. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you very much, very good. Help them to reach the message to the world. Very great quote, and I take for try. And we still have Alia Cortez.
Alicia, yes.
Yeah, that's great. So we have a questions number 3. So we have a questions also number 9. Which one would you like to choose?
I'll take number 9, thank you.
Number 9, Alicia, number 9. There we go. So tell a story about a time when you walked in a group. Alicia, tell us a story about a time when you walked in a group. The floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have I worked in a group? Well, let me tell you, I've been an area director 5 times, a division director 2 times. Last year, I was a division director. And yes, I had to work in a group. And it wasn't just any group. It was a group of all male area directors. Any female's dream come true. Right, females? Ladies, we would be absolutely excited and stoked to work with the boys. And I can tell you, working with men in leadership is a lot easier than working with women, because men just go, yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear. And it was one of those exciting times last year as a division director. I had a wonderful team of 5 area directors. They were a wonderful group of guys, and they came from all walks of life. Most of them had never been an area director before, except for 2 of them had been. And we had some wonderful times together. We would go out for lunch, we would go out for dinner, we would share wonderful experiences and stories together. We would sit down, we would go to contests. I remember one day when COVID happened. Remember the day that COVID happened and life just stopped. Life completely stopped. And yes, the word of the day is definitely narrative. And it was like a narrative on steroids. One day it all stopped. And then of course, what happened? We went online, but we still worked really well as a team. As a result of working together and keeping up the enthusiasm, we got distinguished. We were one of only 3 divisions in all of Australia last year to get distinguished. So that was definitely my wonderful challenge of working with 5 men. Not all of them were single. The best looking one was not single, but that was okay. And working together as a team and just enjoying ourselves and getting distinguished division, one of only 3 divisions. So that was my job. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you very much, Alicia. So enjoy working in a team. It brings more experience. And now let's move on to DTM. Natalie?
Hi.
Okay. So, hello. We still have questions number 3 and number 5. DTM, Natalie? 3 and 5.
You can pick, Eddie.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll give it to you for number 3.
Okay.
There we go. Tell a story about memorable journey you have made. DTM Natalie, tell a story about memorable journey you have made. The floor is yours.
Wow, I love traveling, and COVID really restrained my thirst of wandering in 2020. If we talk about memorable journey, it's very easy to connect it with travel to someplace exotic or someplace like Bali where I live. But I think the most memorable journey that I made in 2020 was a journey to know myself better. So it's a journey within or a journey inside of myself, not inside of the world. So in 2020, I started the year full of hope and full of aspiration. I had big goals, I had big dreams, big plans. I wanted to do this, I want to achieve this, I want to go this and that. And then, yes, things happen. And life didn't go according to your plan. There's so many things that we cannot control. And for me, it's the first lesson that I learned. In life, you cannot control everything. But what you can control, you can handle it well. So I cannot change the problem outside, but I can change how I respond to the problem. So through the journey that I made to know myself better and to understand my responses to the situation, I learned that I can control my response and I can always see silver lining in the midst of everything. I had some struggle with my business, but I can still smile. I had some problem in relationship, but I can still choose to smile. I had also some issues with health, but I actually found a solution by doing intermittent fasting and I got healthier. So there's always silver lining in everything, and that only possible when I made a journey to know myself better. So the most memorable journey for me recently in 2020 is actually the journey to know myself better. Back to you, Eddie.
Thank you very much, DTM Natalie. Yes, one of the best journey is that to know ourselves better. Thank you very much. I think it's the timetable topic master session is already done. So now let's back to Toastmaster of Evening, DTM Arlan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eddie Suai. That was very wonderful table topic session. We have how many questions? 10?
9 questions already.
9 questions. We are a bit behind schedule. To be exact is 7 minutes, but that's all right. We still have plenty of time. Now we like to start with the individual evaluations, and with that, I would like to call upon our general evaluator.
Hello, I'm back again. Thank you for our MC, Bro Arlan, for tonight. I really miss your hat also today. I keep asking your hat. Okay, now I will not further the time anymore because we already passed the time that we have at the schedule. So for our first speaker, that's Subhan, distinguished Toastmaster Subhan, will be evaluated by a beautiful ladies that I already prepared for the picture. Maybe I can move a little bit. Let's all of us give her a very warm welcome to the evaluator. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much. DTM Subhan, congratulations that you just completed your evaluation and feedback first project. You open with a song and you also close with a song. It's really something which we seldom see in Toastmaster speeches, but I think that is a very good icebreaker. And then second of all, what I like about your speech, I think you infuse humor. So when you said like, Ibu Risma is known as Wakiban, Wanita Gila Taman. I think that's actually the first time I heard about that abbreviation, but it made us wonder what it means. And it's, when you said it, it was a little bit of humor, which we can laugh. So I think that is a very good icebreaker as well. And then thirdly, I love about the detail that you provide about Surabaya. Frankly, many of the details I have not had heard before. And I have lived, born, and grew up in Surabaya. So thanks for the detail about the Surabaya places of interest. So we have many visitors here. So it gives them a little bit of flavor and know about Surabaya. If I could give you a suggestion on what to improve, I think firstly, if you can improve on your eye contact, I would suggest that you practice more so you can feel more comfortable looking at the camera, and so you can engage more with your audience. And then second of all, I think that's probably related to why you don't have a good eye contact. I think your voice tonality when you deliver your speech is kind of, maybe you could improve better. So the up and down, and also your voice to show the excitement about the places that you share with us. And I would suggest also that although you open with a song at the beginning, which is very interesting, but in the first or at the opening, we should be able to grab the curiosity of the audience so that they are more engaged. So I would suggest to have a good hook at the opening. But overall, you have provided a lot of information about Surabaya, and it provoked our interest, or my interest, to visit Maspati Old Village, as you mentioned. So job well done, DTM Suban. Back to GE.
Well, very good, a very great evaluator that I ever heard. It's very all like one package. And is Ronawati Wongso, Toastmaster Ronawati Wongso, also a podcaster like me, yay! And she have two podcasts. The first is The Journey Inside You, and then Rantai Business Breakthrough. So if you want to hear her beautiful voice, you can ask to her after this meeting. Yes, our second evaluator, that's the speaker is really touched my heart. The Toastmaster Michael Ariel, also so handsome. But this one also handsome. Ta-da! He's our mentor at podcast. And he is still single, so you can ask him the phone number, okay? Let's please welcome our Elios Theophilus Gandawijaya.
Thank you, RG. You made my day. Okay, let me start my evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests, you just witnessed this speaker. Very wonderful speech by Michael Ariel. So let me put this purpose statement. He has clearly defined how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. So everyone, let's put a check mark here in the box. Check. And congratulations to Michael for the first achievement in this year. Good job. And then for number 2, you already have shared some aspect of a previous experience As a prodigy, I learn a lot. While you are being a prodigy, you are really being a good prodigy by listening to your mentor, which is Ronawati Wongso. She is here. So to make it more wonderful, you have a wonderful journey with her. I hope this long lasts. Okay, that's the second part. Let's put a check mark for the second part. In this year, you already have 2 achievements. Wow, big applause for you. And let me use your name for your evaluation. A, you have an amazing personal story that have a good narrative. I think you should be a screenwriter for a movie. Very good. R, real life experience that influence others to be a mentor. Yeah, we love it. You are being real here. You are so authentic and you urge us to become a good mentor. I hope I can be your mentee because you are a good mentor. And then I, interesting background story and the transition are wonderful. Amazing. I have the same background story with you, so I can relate to you. Yes, we are fatherless, but we are not hopeless. Good job. And then E, enroll on Toastmasters mentorship program to pay it forward. Yeah, you are there to be a mentor, not only be a prodigy. We are here to support each other. That's what Toastmasters are. And the last but not least, L, life compass by his mentor, help him to navigate his journey, not only in Toastmasters, but in life. That's how wonderful Toastmasters are. So ladies and gentlemen, you just witnesses ARIEL evaluation for our speaker today.